Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. We're diving into some draft prospects the Steelers could draft in the first round of 2025 NFL draft. And today I'm not the Arsenal Dwayne Butler. I'm not DB. I'm not DB Con either. DB Con will be back, of course, when the mock drafts happen next year. I am Professor Arsenal. I'll be doing the scouting here and there in a few segments throughout the season, monitoring players the Steelers could potentially draft and seeing different guys who could fit our team in 2025. And kind of do a little breakdown. You know, I got the idea from, of course, Tyron Johnson, 797. I believe that's his name, the user on YouTube. I remember he mentioned something about it'd be cool to do a breakdown throughout the year like that. So I decided to bring it on like that. So we're going to bring it on. It's the first edition of it. It'll be here, not every week, but here and there like that. Maybe every other week or something like that. I'll be diving into some different players. And this also is opening week for college football as well. So some good stuff about to happen. Let me start off first with a few players right here I have on the list. I have six guys on the list right now. 6 guys on the list. I'm going to break them down and kind of do a brief description of them, a brief play on them like that a little bit. And then, you know, as time goes on, I might do a deeper description of them and evaluation of them and their kind of stock in the draft like that. And the first person, I might mention him before on the channel, is Evan Stewart. Evan Stewart, of course, he's 6 foot, 175 pounds. He ran a 4.3 40. He's a route technician. He's a guy who can get open. He can create separation consistently. He found a way to do that a lot. And when the ball is in his hand, he can go crazy. He's very good with run at the catch like that, yards at the catch like that. You know, they used to always mention get drunk on the yak, not the real yak, but get drunk on the yak like yards at the catch. You get the ball in your hands and make something happen. He's one of those players who can be dynamic and explosive down the field at all different levels. And the short, like route running stuff, medium route running. You know, deep, getting the ball down the field as well. And he also can play different positions. He can play the X. He can play the Z. He also can play this in the slide. He can do all type of stuff. You can put him all around like that. He's one of the versatile pieces. And one thing about him too as well, that he hasn't reached his full potential yet. He's still a young player like that in this league, in college right now. I think he's gonna enter the draft. I know a lot of people got him going like maybe late first round, maybe early second round type of guy like that. I think he could be a first rounder like that, especially if a team really needs a receiver. He's a dynamic piece. He was at Texas. He put up 500 some yards the rookie season, 600 some yards the second season. Now he's at Oregon. He'll be playing with Dylan Gabriel. The one that's played for Oklahoma last year. He'll be playing with him. So I think that's going to be a nice little combination right there to go out there and make some noise like that. Some big time plays down the field for that team and kind of get his stock up even higher too as well. I think it'll be a nice piece. He's one of the best, one of the receivers I like the most, like that. One of the best in the league for college this year. I think they ranked him 22nd on the top 151 players. He was 22nd on the list. Of course, some other guys in front of him, but he's one of those guys. I like him a lot. Moving on next. I like Emeka Egbuka, Ohio receiver. He ran a 4.3 40. He's 6'1", 205 pounds. Explosive playmaker. He's a guy who has good hands. Explosive playmaker, getting the ball in his hands and making plays like that. Getting down the field and doing things. I know he had the injury that happened to him, but he's gonna bounce back and he's gonna be real good. I think he's an amazing, phenomenal player and just game-changing play like that. Like a lot of Ohio State guys have been like explosive guys. Like Chris Olave, he's like a taller version of that. Chris Olave a little bit in a sense where his playmaking is like when you can get him on those crosser routes and different combinations. He just has a knack of getting open and making things happen like that. And he also averaged 76 yards per game against ranked teams. So he was performing in those big time games against those ranked teams, those teams who had the big time defenses in college football. He his career average in college so far is 76 yards per game against those teams. So he found a way to consistently get open, consistently be a playmaker against big time teams and doing it at a high level too as well. So he's a guy the Steelers will be looking out for him because he's one of those players who can just be game changing. And I was looking at the kind of guys who like complement George Pickens as well. They have a different style. These guys right here are kind of different style players. They're more like route technician type guys who pride themselves on finesse, like breaking off and doing cuts and stuff. And when they get the ball in their hand, they can make plays as well too. So I think Emeka Egbuka, receiver from Ohio State, will be a nice addition to the team. The Steelers was to go the route of receiver. We got to still figure out what the Steelers are going to do. They're going to go receiver. They're going to go defensive tackle or something like that. We'll see exactly what they'll do, but I think he should be on their radar for sure. Moving on to the next person I have on the list, of course, is Mason Graham, Michigan defensive tackle. He's 6'3", 318 pounds, and he's just an amazing player. You know, he's a disruptor. Consistently go out there and disrupt plays. You see him, and you watch his film, he just disrupt plays a lot of times like that. Not only getting out there with his quick first step, but he has the power too as well. A power like to just bulldoze people out the way, a high motor as well like that. Relentless player, one of those players you just like gotta like double team. You gotta double team on the inside. You're gonna make a lot of plays. The Michigan defense was very good last season. They dominated a lot and they won a national championship as well because of that, because their defense was just so good. And now you have a guy like Mason Graham in another year. I think he was ranked 3rd out of the top 150 players in college football. He's a high class level evaluated kind of prospect coming into 2025. I don't know if the Steelers will be able to draft him because he might be higher up, but you never know, in the draft can trade up sometime like that. Might trade up to get a guy like that if you want to get him, if he's game changing. He has the type of ability like that. He's capable of playing different roles too, not only in the inside D-line, but he can play on the outside. He can be defensive end like that if you want him like that, be on the edge, rushing guys in and stuff. He's one of those players like that. He's an amazing, versatile piece. Put him anywhere, he'll cause havoc, and he does it consistently. Most times you see guys who have like a little spark. They might make plays here and there. Like Jadeveon Clowney. Remember in college he made plays here and there, but he got to the NFL. He made plays like sometimes, but he was never consistently doing it. But Mason Graham, you see him through college, you see him like consistently being a disruptor. It's not just like him doing something one game and then he kind of go cold and quiet and have a big play. In college, sometimes the big plays can help you like that, help you out a lot. But he has a consistency of going out there like, okay, disrupting this, disrupting that, and having a high motor. So every play he's out there creating mayhem and stuff like that, being a distraction. Whether he's getting double teamed, which gives somebody else an opportunity to get a one-on-one, or somebody an opportunity to get open, like to get down there to get more pursuit in the quarterback. He's one of those type of pieces on the team. So I think if he is available, you got to go after him. You got to find a way to bring him on your team. Moving on next, Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle from Ohio State, 6'3", 327 pounds. He ran a 4.6, I think a 4.6, in 40 time at 327 pounds. Mason Graham ran like a 5, I think, in a 40 like that. But Tyleik is a little bigger, and he ran a 4.6 in a 40. Good tackler. He's good on run defense. He's good at just making things happen like that. One of those guys who can bull rush his opponent and stuff. And he's just a very solid guy like that. Great timing as well. Good IQ as well. He's more of a run stopper type guy, and that'd be kind of perfect for the Steelers because we did struggle the past few years. And I stopped the run a little bit. And Cam Hayward getting a little older, so having a guy like this would be nice. He's versatile too. He can play different positions on the line as well. But having a big time strong run stopper will be amazing like that. And a good tackler too like that. He's not afraid to get down there. He's relentless as well. And he has good IQ. You watch some of the plays he make like that. He's good enough and strong enough to maintain like ground with the offensive lineman like that, and keeping the gaps like close like that. Be controlling like the point of attack a little bit. And you always want a guy who can do that like that. Aaron Donald used to do that. I'm not calling him Aaron Donald, of course, but Aaron Donald used to do that very well like that. Maintain the point of attack and get in there like that and create havoc like that on opposing teams. I think Tyleik Williams, he still has the opportunity to get better and better and better. I think he'd be a guy who's up there, of course, in the draft. I think most likely he's gonna be. I think he'd be a first-round pick, like a later first-round pick, maybe a second-round pick, but I think his stock can go even up higher this year because he's going to have another year on his belt. I think he's going to perform well, too, especially Ohio State. They have these pieces they have on the team now, too, and everybody come back healthy. So, yeah, he's a nice piece. I think the Steelers should be looking for him, looking towards getting a defensive tackle like that added to the team. Now, move on next. I have, of course, Will Johnson, Michigan cornerback, 6'2", 202 pounds, ran a 4.4 40. He's a big corner. Big corner. He has big size to him. Nice arm length as well. Can play press man coverage. And most of the cornerbacks, nowadays can do that like that. They play very good physical press coverage, and they always a lot of big corners. You see Sauce Gardner, David Witherspoon, Joey Porter Jr., Christian Gonzalez, all these different guys that came out the draft like that the past few years. And he's one of those guys who get in there too as well. He's elusive. He's fluid as well like that with his hips. He know how to match a receiver like that. He has the speed to recover, in pursuit like that. If he had to recover on certain routes and breaks and stuff. But he got good IQ as well and good patience as well too. Sometimes he can get a little handsy, of course. Most of the cornerbacks like this can get handsy, might get penalties, but they're very physical. They're gonna put it in the receiver mind that you're not catching the ball, you're not getting anywhere like that down the field. Don't worry about getting down to the 20-yard line. Whenever you get there, he's gonna be pounding them every single time like that and just bringing physicality to them and overwhelming them like that with his power. And he has the size too. Like he's 6'2". 202 pounds like that, so a bigger cornerback, and he has the speed to match it too as well. So he's a nice addition. I think he'd be a nice addition to the team if the Steelers was to go the route of a cornerback. I think those are top kind of the needs a little bit. You look at receiver, you look at defensive tackle, look at cornerback. I'm trying to see what else would be a need. Maybe quarterback if they decided to go that route if they wanted to like that. But I think the top 3 needs is definitely defensive tackle, cornerback, and the receiver like that. That should be the top ones. I don't know exactly what order it is, but that's the top 3 needs for the team. And I think Will Johnson would be a great addition to add. And he was a receiver himself as well. He played receiver before, so like he kind of had that mindset of like what the receiver's trying to do to get open. And he's very good at ball tracking and high pointing the ball and making a play on the ball. We've seen the pick sixes he had before as well, making a play on the ball like that and just being smart because he played both sides of it. Sometimes when you play both sides, you can kind of get the semblance of what they're going to do. Kind of step in the defender's shoes or the offensive player's shoe like that as well. Be like, okay, I played receiver, I know what he's going to do. I played corner, I know what the cornerback trying to do. So kind of having that dynamic helps out a lot. And you kind of see that a lot with a lot of players too. Cause I think, who was that? Trayvon Diggs, the one, Stephon Diggs' brother. He played receiver, remember? And then Alabama, they switched him to cornerback. And you know how you get all those interceptions and stuff. He's very good at tracking the ball and very good and aware of what they're gonna do in certain things. Moving on next to our last person, which is a kind of like a surprise one I don't think is gonna happen. And I keep seeing like his name circulating around the Steelers. I don't think it's gonna happen though, because I think he's gonna be gone probably about pick 2 or 3. Or maybe pick 1, you never know. That's Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter, 6'1", 185 pounds. He ran a 4.4 40 time. Super athlete. He's a super athlete. Great speed. Plays the ball well in the air. He's a great, he's a great receiver as well too. So he has the dynamic to play both sides. And it's a game-changing piece, like a playmaker type of guy, generational talent where you don't see too often. The Deion Sanders type of talents you don't see too often coming to the NFL. So he'd be a generational piece, a big-time piece for the team. Definitely playing cornerback only, like that, especially in the NFL. I don't think he'll be able to do both receiver and cornerback. Now, if he can do it and prove me wrong, that'd be great. But I think at the highest level, the wear and tear in your body in the NFL level, when those grown men, they're trying to feed their families. They're 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds trying to feed their family, coming in, laying the hit on you, the grown man streak, that's different. So I think him playing both sides of the ball, taking that punishment, he might not last too long like that. So I think most likely if he gets to the NFL, he probably play cornerback. He might get probably some targets as a receiver occasionally throughout the season, maybe like they want to mix some things up. But I think he'd probably be better as a cornerback because he plays so well. He has the body for the cornerback position. He has the mindset, the IQ as well, and he just plays smart like that when he's a corner. Now, he's a good receiver too as well, but I feel like as a corner, he's just a dynamic piece like that. So we'll see what Travis Hunter decides to do unless the contract or the team contact him in, like they want to draft him. I say, hey, we want you to play both sides of the ball. So, hey, the Steelers need a receiver. You get a receiver and a cornerback with Travis Hunter. You'd be like, okay, Travis, we need to put you out there as a receiver. Okay, we need you as a cornerback now. They help JPJ out on the other side like that. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think he's going to be a guy that's available for the Steelers to draft unless the Steelers just absolutely suck and get the first 5 picks, which haven't happened since Terry Bradshaw was drafted. It was like 1970 something. So the last time the Steelers had a top 10 pick was with Plaxico Burress. I think like 2005 or something. So the Steelers don't really pick too high up often. But most times we're going to get like 20 and lower like that, especially the past few years. I think this year with our team the way it's set up, most likely getting probably like 25, 26 like that, getting lower like that, playoff team type stuff. So we'll see exactly what happens. But if he was to fall to us, we'll definitely have opportunity and we probably would definitely take him. But this is kind of the people I have so far on my list right here. I know it's a little all over the place a little bit, but these are kind of the guys I kind of like knew from last year and coming to this year like that who I had my eye on already. So I'm going to add some more people, of course, as the time goes on. And you can leave in the comment section down below what you guys think. I know people will probably say Isaiah Bond, another guy too as well with the speed he has, and many other individuals as well to like add to the team. So leave in the comment section down below. Leave what you think, and I'll dive into some more players as the weeks go on and on throughout the season. And yeah, Professor Arsenal signing out.